Okay, just a quick video about what we have seen with the new announcement of Medieval 3. Um, I'm just going to try to summarize everything here, so for those that don't know, just can get the most important points here. So they have changed the engine from scratch. They are going to start showing all of the community how the development is going to be evolving through time, and they now have a new engine called Warcore. So the Warcore engine is a clean slate, as they call it, a tabula rasa from their legacy systems, and this is something that will help a lot in creating something new, something refreshing. They talk about scale and how they are planning to create to make the map more granular. This is going to increase and facilitate immersion, which I think it's one of the most important points for a Total War experience. They would want to add dynamic building placement to increase variation, and also this will impact strategic decision making, of course. Where you want to place your own stuff is going to be important for all of that. This, of course, will provide increase in choices that you will have at your disposal, and they want to focus on the differences of regions. Particularly, they showed in the video the region of Iberia, and they would want to address, and they would want to, and they are planning definitely to create this distinction in between regions. They are planning to add differences in weather, differences in how the place looks. And this is my own personal thought. I would be very happy to see the relation between the placement that you have your troops in the map and the relation within the actual battle map inside the actual battle, inside the battle. So what I mean by that, this was implemented in Rome 1, in which, for example, if you were in a place with a mountain at the left, when you fought that battle, the actual mountain was on your on your environment. That is something that I miss. So this obviously will make the regions more unique, and hopefully they will return to a much asymmetrical starting approach. I think that symmetrical starts are more adequate for fantasy and science fiction. I really missed this in Total War Pharaoh, and I think Total War Saga Troy has the same symmetry, which is not something that appeals too much for historical settings, I believe. So, what are my thoughts? I would like to see, on the roads, those tiny dudes moving around the roads in the map, the return of the tiny fleets all over the trade lanes in the ocean. That would be amazing. I really miss that small attention to detail that they had before. And also view the settlement option on the main building, the option that you had in Rome 1, in which you have this button that you can go and press it, and you will visit your own buildings. You will see whatever you have built inside, and your population moving around. They're putting a lot of effort to hear us as a community, which I appreciate. I truly appreciate this. They are now interacting with us since day one, so this is a good step forward for them. Population is going to have more impact again. It's going to return the Rome 1 population systems in, but with a twist, with an addition of new stuff. For example, levies will become peasants. So basically, war will negate you, the owner of the settlement from the benefits of your farming workforce. So if you are going to take all of your levies, those peasants that are working on the farms are actually going to go to war. That is something in that's an addition, because before in Rome 1 and in Medieval 2 you had this thing that you would recruit peasants and they would be added to your stacks. But this is different. It has a direct impact on your population. It has a direct impact on the wealth and the economy of your settlement. So they are focusing a lot on interaction between settlements and population. They have added estates, which is pretty impressive. They have added nobles, what they called townsfolks, which are actually the merchants and peasantry. So they have divided these three estates. By the way, what we see on this art style is just a blockout style. They are really focusing on representing the medieval world as realistic as possible. When they say this, it comes to mind manor lords. It could be possible that they are going to that direction if they say realistic. It is good to know that they are putting aside everything that has to do with cartoonish looking characters and stuff like that. So they are going to be, again, returning to what I was talking about, the states. They are going to add interactions between estates. Each estate will produce resources that will provide to the development of the town. And also they are going to add depth to the taxation system, which is another welcoming addition to the interactions on the map. Taxation will have this differentiation in between the region wealth and the income. The region wealth, they explained that is going to be like a war chest that you're going to be able to use. The nobles are going to participate in, I think, not only in improving this war chest, the wealth of the region, but also in taking away from that war chest. You will have this available funds from your state, as far as I understood, and you are going to be able to use that for improvements on supply and stuff like that. And aside from that, you will have your normal income, which is turn-based income, that is going to be based on the taxation. The taxation system is going to be improved as you research more technology and stuff like that. So I'm pretty excited about that thing. And one other important thing, I think that the fact that you're going to be able to have a dynamic map building placement, again, I mentioned this in the previous section, is one of the most interesting additions. And what else can I say about this? Well, they mention again one thing in which you could take your wealth, your settlement wealth, and if you lose a battle, you will be deprived of the wealth that you are carrying with you. So just wanted to drop this video to give my opinion, what I think is going to be the most important stuff for this starting point in Medieval 3. Don't forget to share the video and give likes and comment whatever you think about it. I really want to know. I really want to know, what do you think about all of this new stuff? What are your thoughts about Medieval 3 and in which direction is now being the direction they are taking since day one, of course. See you in the comments.